Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Celie's Kitchen live this morning, live and in living colors. So, I'm coming to you from three platforms this morning. I'm coming to you live from Facebook, Instagram, and of course, my new favorite, TikTok. TikTok, my new favorite. So, this morning, guys, I am going to cook some very interesting food this morning. I would more call it a break feast because it's nothing too simple. Basically, what it is some nice fresh callaloo, not from the can, um, with some fresh cod. Now, this is not salted cod, this is fresh cod, which I'm going to be seasoning up, cooking it down with some coconut milk, frying some pumpkin dumplings. I'm here boiling the pumpkin. I didn't have enough time to boil it ahead of time, but it's now cooked. I can turn my stove off and oops, don't want to mess up my counter. So, I'm going to be making some very interesting breakfast this morning. But before I do, of course, the water got cold. Of course, I have to make my little tea in the morning before we start. Good morning, Damien. How you do? And you so seen come on with him patwa. How you cook today? Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Brianna. I just see Brianna popping up on Facebook. And to all my TikTok viewers, get your notebooks and take notes. Yes, Celie's Kitchen is traditional Jamaican food with a twist. So this morning, I'm gonna make one of our breakfast traditions, but it's gonna be with a twist. Yes, with a twist. And the twist is the coconut milk and the fresh cod, not the salted cod, the fresh one. It have no salt on it. Wild cod that I'll be using. So a difference, sometimes you have to change up your eating. Good morning, Audrey. You have to change up. She said traditional. Yes, traditional. That me say. We normally cook kalalo for breakfast in Jamaica. So me cook kalalo with a twist. Coconut milk and beer things are going on it. Yeah, man. Anyway, my water is getting hot. I don't know what kind of hot beverage I'm gonna make. Now tell me, said twine gone with the liquor rice what I have left. Jesus. Audrey, you have to go rescue me. I wanted to make rice tea, but it looked like him carrot gone and I'm back at work. Anyway, let me resort to something else. Uh, let's do some turmeric. I'm gonna do this turmeric tea and melissa tea. I normally take this when I'm going to bed, but a little turmeric is good for the stomach this morning. So it's not gonna make me sleep, you know. So let's do a little turmeric tea this morning. And it's very potent, guys. It's gonna turn yellow. It's a tea bag, but it's the turmeric and the melissa tea mixed together. It's all herbal. Alrighty. So I don't want me to go. This is too hot. Let me get a glove. I'm burning up myself. Alright, so let me steep some tea here. Of course, I'm gonna throw some creamer in there. I might just use Audrey creamer. I'll call it Audrey creamer. Wait there. I call it the Audrey creamer. So let's do Audrey's creamer this morning. This is the collagen creamer, butter pecan flavor. So this is gonna make my tea nice. All right, a little bit left. All right, so let's stir this bad boy up. So we're having turmeric and melissa tea this morning. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, doing nice clean wife. I love this girl. Yes, she's a pasta girl. Pasta, McGregor is on the live this morning. Let me big you up too. Yes, you could follow her on TikTok. You could follow her on YouTube, I think, and Facebook. She preach. And she preached that truth. Mm-hmm. Good morning again to all my TikTokers just popping in. Justin, if you're on the live, big up your tall, nice, handsome, clean self. And Julian on my live, which is his mama. Big up your nice, clean self. According to Miss Donna. My teeth people lying. Alright guys, let me get the ball rolling. So, you know in Jamaica we normally try to use I wonder if I should use the Dutch pot. I hate to bring this pot out guys, but it's the best pot to cook your callaloo. I'm sorry. You need a Dutch pot to cook your callaloo. This Dutch pot is as old as my granny. I brought this Dutch pot from Jamaica. I mean, don't watch the darkness or the discoloration, but it cooks inside shine like dollar piece though. It cooks the callaloo the right way. It has the right taste, texture, everything. Yeah, man. All right, so this is what I'm going to be steaming my callaloo in. So while my tea over there, so I'll go and chill in the corner. I'm just going to be cutting up these seasoning and these vegetables. So right here I have some grape tomatoes, I have some scallion, I have some baby bell, I have some onions, piece of thyme, and one big clove of garlic. And that will be our natural seasoning in the callaloo this morning. So I'm just going to cut them up in smaller pieces. And by the way, guys, I washed my hands just before I touched my live buttons. So my hands are very clean. Because you have to make sure when you're working in the kitchen, you have clean hands, good breath. So when you talk, nothing to fly, not a food. You just have to make sure you're overall clean person. All right, I think I want to grate my garlic. I like to grate my garlic. So I'm just going to grate this big clove of garlic. This is about 3 cloves in one. It's huge. So you don't want too much garlic in the callaloo, because sometimes if too much garlic is in there, it overpowers the taste, and you don't want the taste to be off. You want it to taste like the authentic steamed callaloo from back home. You understand? So don't put too much. And then again, it depends on the amount of callaloo that you are preparing. All right, so I'm chopping up some baby bell peppers right now. Wait there, I want going over YouTube right here. So I'm see here laughing emojis. Wow. Miss Joycey. I see Chris. I see quite a few people on the live. Wow. Live festive this morning, man. All right. So I don't want the pot to be blocking what I'm doing. So let me turn on the heat here, and I'll just transfer it to the front stove, the front burner when I'm ready. Oops, I almost cut off my finger. That knife is sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. All right. So I'm just chopping up some scallions right now, which we call green onions. Oops. So I'm almost done. This one cut too big. I want it to be chopped as fine as possibly can. So I'm just gonna split these grape tomatoes in about 4 pieces. You know, guys, I don't like the plummy. They call them plummy tomatoes. They call them Roma tomatoes here in America. We call them plummy back home. I really don't like to cook with them, you know. I like to cook with the grape tomatoes. I don't know why, but it's the same family and it's doing the same work. And I'm not a tomato person like that anyway. So I prefer to use the small ones because you don't have too much of the juice to deal with. Although they say the lycopene is good for the body. All right, so the thyme leaves I'm going to be putting in the pot. I'm not putting the stem. Let me wash my hands. Oh, let me put this in the sink. Now, guys, this is the pumpkin. So I'm going to be making some pumpkin fried dumplings. Yes, so while the callaloo is steaming, I'm going to be making some pumpkin fried dumplings. Yes. And I'm going to be making it in my wok because I like to use my wok to fry my dumplings. Where's the big wok? Give me a second, guys. I'll use my small wok. Let's just wash it out. All right, so we're using the small wok to make the fried dumplings. It's nice and clean and ready to go. All right, so let's transfer this pot to the front because I just wanted you guys to see what I was cutting up. All righty, so I'm gonna be seasoning the fresh cod in the pot. So I'm gonna be sauteing the onions and all these condiments right here first, and then I'm gonna be adding my powder seasoning while it's being cooked with the fresh seasoning, right? And then I'm gonna add my coconut milk, so I cook it down in the coconut milk, and then I'm gonna add the callaloo last because the callaloo takes just a few minutes to cook. I'm just grabbing a strainer here to strain my coconut milk. Let me just plug this up real quick. Let me borrow this light, this blender. All right. So we're making fresh coconut milk from scratch. So we're using fresh coconut milk, not from the can this morning. So everything is organic and authentic in Celie's Kitchen this morning, guys. Yes, man, everything fresh. Fresh, 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 fresh. Alrighty, so I'm using some vegetable oil. So I'm just going to be pouring a little in the pot. Not a lot. Just put you right here. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be sauteing my vegetables. So let me rest this on the counter. The pot was already hot, guys. I could feel the heat. Why are you sticking onto the board? Why you want to give me trouble this morning, piece of onion? All right, so I could rest the time. All right, guys, so I'm just sauteing all the fresh seasoning. And you know we have to make sure we hold this Dutch pot properly. All right, guys, so you could see the fresh seasoning in my Dutch. You know how many times I want to throw this pot out and I decide not to throw it out? Because when I remember how well it steams the callaloo, how well it steams like a fish, you know, you don't want to throw it away. The good old Dutch pot. And this is the one from Jamaica. So you don't want to throw it out. Alrighty. So now I'm going to be adding the fresh cod. So I already brought, they were frozen, so I brought them up in small pieces after they were thawed. So I'm just adding everything to the pot. Oops. Let me wash my hands because I touched the fish. Plug back my light. Alright. So let's just incorporate this with the seasoning and everything. Guys, it almost looks like saltfish. All right, so let's add some seasoning. I didn't take out any seasoning. So this is adobo, but in the wrong bottle. This is some parsley, some salt-free seasoning. And that's about it. Some roasted garlic. That's it. I don't want a lot. You don't want a lot. So let's add this to the pot. And then let's add some salt-free seasoning from Dollar Tree. I talk about this Dollar Tree seasoning all the time. It's the best. Because it has a lot of herbs in it. And then it's not salty. And that's the good part. And then let's add some roasted garlic. And of course, some parsley. Alrighty, so this smells good already. This smells so good already, guys. And look at the pot. Look at the cooker. Now we're going to add our coconut milk. So I'm going to add some fresh coconut milk to this mixture. And Jamaican style, you have to squeeze the milk through the strainer. You know when your old grandmother used to make the pudding and the rice and peas? Them not the time for throw out coconut milk and let it sit. They just throw it fresh from the grater, and they used to use the grater. They didn't even have blenders back then. They didn't even have blenders back then. Okay guys, so I've added some coconut milk. Oh, I need to put the sun on the pot hot. Alrighty guys, so I'm just gonna stir this in, and I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit in the coconut milk, and then I'm gonna add the callaloo after, and then I'll add the thyme, and then we're gonna cover and let it steam in all that goodness over there. Yes, so this is a new dish that I'm adding to the Celie's Kitchen. Okay, so there's a lot of conversation going on Facebook. Let's see what's going on. So Stephanie and Audrey, they're talking. I heard from your sister. Oh, they might talk about other things, but they might talk about Celie's Kitchen. They're having their own conversation. And guys, I think I want to add a little country pepper to this. I have some peppers in the freezer. I have these peppers from my cousin's garden in Laurelton. You know, we keep it real. I was going to burst the pepper, but I already washed them before I freeze them. So I'm just going to drop one in the middle of the pot so you can get the Scotch bonnet flavor, aroma in this dish. So I'm just going to add a pepper in the middle just to, so it can cook down. God Almighty, if this bursts. All right. So I'm going to get a cover for this pot. I didn't get a cover for this pot before. Where is my pot cover? Alrighty. Let's get this one. I was looking for the red. Oh yeah, I found the red one. It's the red one for the Dutch pot. You know, we keep it real in here. Alrighty, so I'm going to cover this for a little bit and let it simmer down in the coconut milk with the seasoning. And then I'm going to be adding the callaloo over here, which is nice and fresh, not from a can. Real callaloo. Alright, so let's put back some of these seasonings. Here. Here. So we make some space. Let me take 2 sips of my tea. Maybe 3. Alrighty. So I have the time to add to the callaloo when it goes in the pot. So over here, guys, I have about 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. It's not gluten-free, unfortunately. And I have some gluten-free baking powder, which I'm going to use. And we have some boiled pumpkin here. I catch some water on it so we could get it to cool because we don't want to put the hot pumpkin in the mix. So I'm just going to separate the skin. You know what? Let me do this with a knife. I'm just going to peel the skin off the boiled pumpkin because we don't want to cook the skin. We don't want to be eating skin in our dumplings. Oh, piece of skin left. Okay. Alrighty, so we have a good sized piece of pumpkin, which I'm going to crush with the fork. And then we're going to add it to the flour mix right here. So basically what we're going to be using, and I'm going to add some evaporated milk to it. Because, you know, say, when you make evaporated, I opened this morning, by the way, guys, 'cause I had to make porridge for Twine. So I just I leave back some to make the dumplings. All right, so I'm just going to crush the pumpkins. The pumpkin, I say pumpkins. I'm just going to crush the pumpkin with a fork, the good old-fashioned way. So I've already crushed my pumpkin. It's nice and soft and mushy. Now I'm going to be adding my callaloo to the mixture in the pot. I have to be so careful that this pepper don't break, because we don't want to pepper the pot. We just want the pepper to flavor the pot. Here's my gloves. We just want the pepper to flavor the pot. So I'm just going to mix everything with the callaloo mixture right here. So everything can come together. So I'm just mixing up everything. And of course, I think I want to add some butter to this. All right, let's get some butter from the refrigerator. Ooh, which butter may I use? All right, so I'm going to use some real butter this morning. This is the Irish butter from Aldi supermarket. I'm putting about 2 little teaspoons in there. You know, just to add a little taste to the pot. And then I'm going to cover and leave it to steam. So I'm going to be changing the side of the stove because I need this side for the fried dumplings. All right, so let's put it on low so it can steam. And then we need to put our wok on this fire so it can get hot for the fried dumplings. I like to fry my dumplings in the wok, guys. I don't know why. Let me wash this one off. All righty. So now I'm going to be adding some baking powder, and I'm opening a new one to the pot. Let me measure. So this is 1 teaspoon, so I'm adding about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I added 4 teaspoons, 2 cups of flour. So write down the recipe. And then this is about 4 to 6 ounces of pumpkin. So I'm making some pumpkin fried dumplings. Oh guys, I forgot to add the thyme to the callaloo pot. So I'm just adding some thyme leaves to the pot. You know, we put thyme in almost everything. Thyme just gives it this unique flavor and taste. So I'm just adding the leaves, not the stem, from the thyme, I said thyme. So we're leaving that to steam. We're leaving that to steam. All right, guys, so I'm gonna add some evaporated milk. And if you're in Jamaica, what they use down there, Gloria milk, which is the same evaporated milk. So I'm adding some evaporated milk to this. And let me add some more. So I added like a half can of evaporated milk to the mixture. And then I'm going to be adding some ice water. I'm adding some Himalayan pink salt. It's almost finished. Because you know the dumplings have to taste good. Wait, it's not coming out through here. Let me let it through here. So about a half a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. I don't know where the cinnamon jumped into. All right. All right, so now I need to add some ice water. Normally I just literally set these ice trays. So I'm using the water from the ice trays that I just set. Because, you know, when you're making pastry, guys, some of them really set for true. So I'm adding some ice water to the mix, guys. The reason why I'm using the one from the tray because the ice just start make. So that's the perfect water to use. So I'm kind of putting it together before I actually use my hands. Because back home we use our hands to make our fried dumplings. And guys, I forgot to show off my apron. You know where I got this apron from? The other day when I went to Jamaica, my big up friend, childhood friend Julianne, surprised me with a nice apron, and I love it. So if you're on this live, Julianne, if I never said thanks before, thanks again. So I'm adding some more ice water to the mix, guys. Because when you're making certain pastries, the ice water does it well. It makes it flaky. It doesn't absorb any oils. All right, so I think I got it together with the ice water. All right, so let us add some oil. So I might not make all the dumplings on the live in the interest of time. I might just make a few and save some of the batter for another day. So my dough is coming together. It's coming together. So I think it's about time to start kneading it with my hands. All right. The thought me use make the dough in, guys. Never realized. But anyway, so it go. All right, so let me wash my hands again. Make sure so my hands clean. And I'm gonna dry. She says, Sandra, ask about your apron. Oh yes, Judy gave it to me. So if you want one, go ask Judy. This didn't come from Celie's Kitchen merch store. If you want a Celie's Kitchen apron though, you can visit our merch store on YouTube. Celie's Kitchen has a merch store on YouTube where you can purchase different types of kitchen gadgets, aprons, piece of skin, piece of pumpkin skin. I don't want to eat no skin. Yeah, you could purchase kitchen gadgets and different things from our merch store. Guys, you know me keep it real. It look like I put too much ice water in there. I have to go get some more flour. I have to walk over to my flour spot. I need a little bit more flour. I have to keep it real because the dough's sticky. All right, so I added a little bit more flour, guys. All right, so now it feel like the dumpling dough for real. So you know when you're making dumplings, your dough must be not hard, soft, but touchable. It mustn't be sticky, be sticking on your fingers. Yes, man. Gotta make yourself a nice dough. And look how yellow and pretty this dough is, guys, because of the nice pumpkin that we added to the dough. So here's the dough for the dumpling. So my pot is hot. I'm about to start dropping the dumplings in. I like to taste my dough to make sure it tastes good. I think I could add something to this. But I'm not adding anything to it. No more salt. Because we have the salt thing over there, so it's not fresh, you know, guys, but it's pretty good because I can taste the pumpkin. That's what I'm tasting more than anything else. All right, so we're dropping one dumpling in. So I'm gonna do about 6 just in the interest of time, or maybe 8. So I'm making some pumpkin fried dumplings for those of you who are just joining my live. Pumpkin fried dumplings. Who say you can't turn your hand and make fashion? Hey, stay there now. Yes, so for those of you who are just joining the live, I am making some pumpkin fried dumplings, some steamed callaloo in coconut milk with fresh cod fish, fresh cod, not salted cod. And we are going to have a break feast up in here this morning. Some dumpling number 5. All right, I think I might do 8. Because Mr. Man going to come home. What you make today? So he's going to want to eat. So let me make the extra. Last week, what I cooked on live last week, I took some to Kings Park to where my friend was staying. And the whole household had a taste of it and they loved it. Yesterday I was hanging with her son and he said, Auntie Colleen, that thing that you make with the meatless thing, it tastes so good. You know how good that made me feel? Hey. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, I'm gonna make 10 dumplings. I'm done. All right, guys, I'm making 10 fried dumplings. Okay, so let's put this dough aside. Let me wash my hands. Let me get this dough off my hands. You know, I have to brush. You know, you have to brush your nails, brush everything. Make sure you get off all the food particles off your hand. Okay, guys, my hands are clean again. Woo. All right. Okay, guys, so let's chat a little bit. Water splashed in my face when I was washing my hands. Alrighty. So last week we were on the subject Last week, Celie, I was watching the wrong program. Wow. Sorry, my dear. Last week, we were on the subject of cancer. Cancer. Yes, guys. Cancer. It's a demon as I described it. I hate it. And I'm imploring all my friends in video land on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to change your eating habits. Change what you drink. Change the type of water. Yesterday, I was speaking with Justin, Julian's son, and I was explaining to him about the different types of water and which water is good for our bodies. And he was surprised because we went into Walmart and I was showing him the alkaline water, the Essentia. And I was telling him, Jesus, may I burn up the dumpling them. I was telling him that a few weeks ago, we did a demonstration. We tested the water just to show people which water they should start drinking. Because a lot of these waters out there that they said is good for us is purified, it's filtered, it's this, it's that, it's blah, 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 blah. The most important thing to me, as long as it's alkaline, or as long as its alkalinity is where it should be, that if you test the water, it changes to a blue or purple color, then you know you're drinking something healthy. You understand? My friend, dad died last week, Sunday, cancer. Jesus, me not want to hear no more. I'm tired of it. Everybody and their mother are dropped dead from this terrible disease. But, guys, we can change that. We can fix that. If we know anybody that have it, we can help them to get rid of it. Yes, help them to get rid of it. It's curable. The cure is out there. But they don't want us to share the good news about the real cure. It's in the fruits and vegetables. It's in the plant. But we just need to know which ones to eat, because I went to a buffet yesterday and I was very amazed that they had fruits on display, and there were fruits there with seeds in them, like the grape, the globe grape. Yeah, man, guys, stop eat these seedless fruits. Them not good. They make them, they mix them, whatever they do to make them seedless. They were made. Seeds were made to plant and produce. If it not have the seed, stop eat it. Stop eating it. Stop eating the seedless melon. I have watermelon in my fridge right now, guys, and it's not seedless. It's full of seed. I make sure that it says seeds. If it's seedless, I'm walking away from it. I am walking away from it if it says that it's seedless. Need a little more adobo. So, guys, I'm adding a little adobo to the callaloo. It's kind of little fresh. And you know we keep it real up in here. So give it 2 more minutes, and guess what? Callaloo ready. My dumplings are already ready. So let me get my platter, because we're going to eat some dumplings and show off on all my viewers today how good this breakfast came out. Yes, man. Let's get some paper towels so we can absorb the excess. You see why I like using my wok, guys? You see how quick them dumplings are fried? And it didn't absorb the oil too much. That's what I like about it. That is what I like about this. The dumplings feel light and yummy. All right, let that one stay and get a little more soaking. So guys, see the dumpling, how good they look? Them fry quick. Yes, guys. So, as I'm back to the cancer subject, we have to make sure that whatever we're putting in our bodies is the right thing. Check the packages. Look at the nutrition facts at the back. If you're not looking at the nutrition facts, you can easily pump 500 milligrams of sodium in your body and you don't know it because you didn't read. Everything I eat or everything that I purchase outside, I read the nutrition facts. If too much sodium in there, I don't buy it. All them chips that I used to love, I had to just walk away and leave them right there on the shelf because guess what? They're filled with salt. 250 milligrams for a big pack of chips. 350 milligrams. Yeah. And some of the stuff that they say is healthy too, you got to watch that because it's processed. And processing, they have to put sodium in it to preserve it. So you have to look at the sodium content as well. Even if it says it's healthy or it's gluten-free, or you have to look at that as well. You have to be observant. Yep. So. All right. I'm not displaying all the dumplings, so I was looking for something that I could just add some of them. All right. I'll leave the pretty ones them on the plate. So let's display 3. 3 is a serving. So we're displaying 3 dumplings this morning. And we're going to add some callaloo to the plate, to the platter. Let's add some steamed callaloo with fresh cod onto our plate. And look at all the juice. Guys, me say if you smell the aroma, you want to run and grab this. All right. So let's clean up our plate. Let's clean up the edges of our plate. So this is our break feast this morning, guys. This is going to be our break feast on live. Let me get an eating fork. Let me clean up around the edges of the plate because I have to show off the prettiness of the pumpkin dumplings and our steamed coconut callaloo with fresh cod. Yes, guys. So I present to you this morning, guys, steamed callaloo with fresh codfish and pumpkin fried dumplings. So, guys, let's taste this and see how it tastes. Yes. Let me get a fork from the drawer. Let me get a fork from the drawer. So back home, we don't eat fried dumpling with fork. We have to brock it. So, look at the texture. Soft. It tastes good. Tastes very good. So back home, we just add a little callaloo on a broke off piece. And what we do, we just push it in our mouths. So guys, this is very tempting. And I'm tempting all of you on this live this morning because this thing tastes so good. It's hot. I'm giving it a few seconds to cool. And then I'm going to tell you how good the combination tastes. So to all my TikTokers who've been watching me since the start of this live show, I hope you wrote down the recipe. Andrea Goodas, I see you. Anne Marie. And I see Jennifer Cook. Seymour. I see people popping up on my TikTok. Good morning to all of you. So I've made a Jamaican break feast with a twist. Yes, with a twist. Pumpkin fried dumplings. And of course, some steamed callaloo with coconut milk and fresh codfish. All right, so let me bite into this now. Mmm. 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 It's hot, but it's good. Mmm. Good morning, Joan. Mmm. Guys, this breakfast is absolutely delicious. Delicious, delicious, can done. So, if you like what we cooked this morning, I want you to send up some hearts on this live, on the 3 live platforms this morning: TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Yes, ma'am. Support Celie's Kitchen with some gifts from TikTok, some gifts from YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, I'll gladly accept stars. YouTube, I'll gladly accept all those gifts. Yes, join our membership, visit our merch store, and of course, follow us. If you're not following us on social media, follow us right now. Follow us while the live is going. Come on, TikTokers, follow us. We have some great recipes for you. We cook Jamaican food with a twist. Yes, with a twist. So next week, same place. Looking at the time. Same place, same time. Right here in Celie's Kitchen, we are coming to you with a new recipe with a twist. So, as Jamaicans would say, walk good. So I want all of you on this live to take care of yourselves and walk good. All right? So bye to all my TikTok viewers, Facebook, and YouTube. Take care of yourself. I'm going to eat my breakfast.